Hi, I'm Akihiro Suda from NTT. Today I want to talk about my tool, VexLLM, which is a tool to silence negligible CVE alerts using LLM. Here is a background. So the problem is that we have too many vulnerability alerts. So you can use container image scanners such as Trivy to check vulnerability in container images. But the problem is that those tools produce extreme amount of vulnerability alerts, like hundreds or even thousands of them. But you do not need to kill all of these alerts because you won't actually use all the command line tools in the image, and you won't actually use all the functions of all the libraries in the image. And some researchers say that only 3% of the vulnerabilities are actually exploitable. So 97% are just negligible. For example, this container image contains a Git binary with a CVE with a 9.0 critical score. But you don't need to care about this vulnerability if you are sure that you won't run the Git command in this image. And even if you run Git with this image, if the target repository string is hard-coded in your own application, the likelihood of the compromise using this vulnerability isn't necessarily high. So you do not need to panic just because this CVE has a critical score of 9.0. So you can use VEX to suppress such false alerts. VEX means Vulnerability-Exploitability exchange. This is a list of unexploitable vulnerabilities. And VEX is another name of software implementation or a specific specification. So there is a bunch of competing specifications currently, like OpenVEX and CycloneDX, SPDX, and CSAF. And you can also say that the Trivy ignore file is also the simplest form of VEX in the broadest sense. However, maintaining a VEX file is quite difficult when you have hundreds or thousands of alerts. So this is my tool, VexLLM. This is a tool to generate a draft of a VEX using LLM. And you can provide hints to LLM using CLI arguments. So in this example, the Python.json is input file. This is Trivy's JSON file. And output is Trivy ignorer. And we provide several hints. So the first hint is that this is not a server program. And the second hint is that in this case, service availability may matter less than information leakage and tampering. So service availability matters, of course, but the information leakage and tampering are more serious problems. And in this case, the use command is the Python 3. And in this example, we are also sure that we don't use commands such as git, wget, curl, apt, and apt-get. And here is an example output from LLM. So this CVE is a bundle. So this CVE is not exploitable with confidence 1.0, which is the max confidence. And the reason is that this vulnerability is negligible because the affected command git is explicitly marked as unused in the context of this container image. Since the container does not utilize git, any vulnerabilities associated with it can be exploited. But LLM output is not constant at many host positives as well as host negatives. So you still have to review the LLM's output. And I don't have time to talk about information details, but basically it's using LangChain Go and supports a bunch of LLMs, including GPT, Gemini, Cloud, and Orama using Mistral 5 Tony Chainway, also known as QWay. And we have to patch LangChain Go so as to enforce JSON schema in the level of GGML. And, sorry. And here's some to do. I don't have time to talk about this, but we have to evaluate false positives and false negatives. And here's the drag prop. Thank you.